a team effort. What a team win. Um, our guys, I couldn't be more proud to be associated with this organization, with that locker room, with these people. Just the resiliency these guys showed, and these guys take on that mentality of we never want to flinch, and um, just couldn't be happier to be their coach. And you got to give Arizona a ton of credit. That was a hard-fought football game. Those guys gave us everything, and I think it was kind of only fitting that it came down right to the end, because that was two teams that just battled for 4 quarters, and just really happy and kind of relieved at the same time. There's a lot to clean up. This is an imperfect game. There's some stuff I know that I'm looking at myself, specifically in the red zone about, and not necessarily proud of everything that happened down there, but we'll get better from it. We'll learn from it. But I can't say enough about just everybody stepping up. We had guys on offense, a guy like Juwan Winfrey, just coming in there. We had guys defensively, obviously, with Jerry Gray and Kirk Olivadotti doing a great job communicating, calling that defense, and our special teams. They did a great job as well. Mo talked about it this morning. Said, hey, whoever makes a play on special teams, that's going to be the difference in the game. And you could argue that was, with Ty Summers recovering that muff punt, and we got 3 points out of it. Like to get 7 there, but got 3, and that was the difference in the game. And guys like Rasul Douglas coming back here to Arizona. I mean, shoot, he was cut here, and for him to make the play in the end zone, just really happy for him and for everybody in that locker room.
What was your viewpoint on his interception and kind of the immediate reaction you had to it?
It was, well, first of all, we called a zero blitz, and, it was a bang-bang play in the corner of the end zone, and it was a heck of an interception that I saw. It all happened so fast, and it was so special to see the reaction of our team and shoot all the Green Bay Packer fans that were in attendance. Got to give them a lot of credit, because you could feel them, you could hear them. They brought a lot of energy to us, and that's what's so special about being part of this organization, is the following that we have is second to none, in my opinion, in the National Football League. Our fans showed out tonight, and we definitely appreciate that.
Now, what were you thinking immediately before that play? Because Aaron was talking about, he was thinking about what do we do if we get the ball with 10 seconds left. Is your mind there? Where's your mind at before that play?
Well, it was just kind of telling our defense, hey, make sure we're aggressive, be aggressive, be aggressive. And Jerry called an unbelievable game, and KO did a heck of a job too, just getting those calls into Dre. And the communication, I can't say enough about just the job those guys did, not having our defense coordinator here, Joe Barry. And then ultimately it comes down to the players making every call come to life, and those guys did that. But yeah, it was a special moment right there when we made that pick, and just to see the celebration not only on the sidelines but in the stands, it's something I won't ever forget.
You guys talked about this team not flinching. Aaron talked about a different kind of grittiness to this team. What is it to this, and how did you guys get that?
I think it's a credit to the people that we have in the locker room. It's a credit to Goody and our personnel staff for bringing in great people, and it's a credit to them to, just buying into the team concept. Because, I mean, football is the ultimate team sport. It takes 11 guys to go out there and everybody owning their role, doing their job in order for us to have success. Realizing that each individual has their own goals, and sometimes it doesn't necessarily go the way they want it to, but for all those guys in that locker room to buy into that team concept, it's a special group of people.
Matt, what do you remember, Matt, thinking when Goody said he's signing Rasul Douglas?
Well, he's a guy that I'll be honest with you, I didn't know a ton about, but I know that we had played him. I want to say, was he in Philly the year before? So I knew a little bit from that. But I think anytime you're able to sign a veteran player that has experience, there's a comfort with that. And I think Jerry's done a hell of a job getting him up to speed in short order. And then you just go watch him play. I mean, the guy competes every play. He's tough. I don't know how many tackles he had. Like, was it like 7 tackles or 9 tackles or whatever it was? But he's going against some legit receivers too now. And that's one of the best offenses in the National Football League. So for him to go out there and compete the way he does, I'm just really proud of him.
What's the dilemma when you got down into the red zone? You're running it well, but you could tell that Arizona's packing the line of scrimmage with
Yeah.
a lot of guys. So what's going through your head in terms of how you beat something like that?
Yeah, so what they did was they basically put 6 bigs in the game. They were in a goal line defense no matter what personnel we were in. And then we went big, and then they threw another linebacker in there. So, I mean, they had basically 9 bigs in there, and they were just daring us to throw the football. And, you know, again, that's one of the things that you got to look at with yourself first in terms of, did we give our guys a chance? And that's obviously when you're on the half-yard line and you don't score. I mean, that is a real gut check. And that starts with me, and I got to do a better job.
You had very limited amount of time to put this entire game plan in with this personnel group, and you mentioned you didn't love how red zone went. How do you feel like the rest of the game went offensively?
I thought our offense did a heck of a job. I just thought we controlled the game. I mean, I think we had 37 minutes of time of possession. That's usually a pretty good day. And just those 2 red zone trips kind of eat at me, where it just, you got to come away with more points than that. And when you don't, it's disappointing, and it almost cost us. And I told the group in there, I was like, hey man, I tried to screw it up for you guys, but you wouldn't allow it. So that's a credit to everybody in that locker room.
About-
Preparation for a game obviously involves the schematic side of things too, but also the frame of mind. What was the frame of mind this team took the field with tonight, and how did you get it there?
Again, I think it's just the people in the locker room. Our guys believed, no doubt about it. I know we were without, you could argue, 3 of our top receivers. We were without our defensive coordinator. And I just think these guys always believe going into every game, and that's pretty powerful. So I don't think anybody within our staff or our players didn't believe we could come into this environment and come away with a win.
Say
You
about-
described Jerry Gray working with him every day, and what do you think of the job he did today?
Oh man, the old G, as I like to call him. He is all that. He is as gangster as it comes, man. I'm glad I got a laugh there. No, he's a guy that obviously has the experience of a former player that played at a really high level, and he's been around a lot of ball. So I think he does a great job of not only teaching our guys what to do, but mentoring those guys. And some of that transcends just the field. It's about life. And we're fortunate to have him part of our organization. I thought he did a great job all week. I think Joe Barry did a hell of a job. He was involved in every meeting and all the planning. And it's such a great credit to our entire defensive staff, because I said it earlier this week that it was going to be a collective effort, and it truly was. The communication was all there. And Jerry would tell KO what he wanted, and KO would just his ability to tag alerts or whatever it may be to the play call was he knew the game plan inside and out, and I can't give those 2 guys enough credit, or our entire defensive staff. But that's how we roll around here. I mean, it's not just on that side of the ball; it's offensively leaning on Nathaniel Hackett, Adam Senovich, Justin Outten, Luke Getsy, Ben, Vrabel, like all the guys, everybody contributes. That's how Mo operates our special teams. Renee and Connor do a great job, and that's just how we're going to operate. And I've got a firm belief that the collective is better than any individual, but you got to have the right people in order to get that done, and we do.
Fumbling is really bad for a running back when it's 2 and 3 carries. It can be pretty tough to come back from. How did you see AJ respond to that this short week, and what is your level of trust in him right now with how he kind of came back tonight?
Yeah, I had total trust in him, and we talked earlier this week, and I said, hey, man, flush it. It's over. Like, we're going to come back to you. And it's a credit to him because some guys, that might bother him. But I think he took it personally, and he did a hell of a job. And he ran hard, and I thought the guys blocked for him really hard up front, the tight ends, the receivers. It was a complete team effort.
What are all involved in the defensive game planning, and what's the key to keeping a quarterback who's that mobile to keep them in the pocket play after play after play?
I would definitely say I'm not involved in terms of everything that is installed, I let those guys go. I have complete confidence in them, total trust in our defensive staff, and certainly there's some things that you just want to make sure that, hey, we're concerned about our rush lanes or whatever it might be. But I thought our defensive staff, just great men, first of all, and I think they're great coaches. And I can't say enough about how far we've come from week 1 to where we are right now. I think those guys are really playing hard. I think they're communicating really well, and I think we're playing at a high level against one of the best offenses in the National Football League. So it was definitely not easy, but I thought our guys, especially defensively, did as good as we could have done.
More, please. With the number of guys you had out, how big was your playlist? Did you have to come back to a lot? I think you called that screen with Aaron Jones like 3 times. Game, right?
Yeah.
Was that some of that because of who you were playing with? Was you this shorter?
Yeah, some of those repeat calls, hey, listen, you're going to take it until you feel like somebody adjusts to it. And if they don't adjust, you're going to keep going to it. And certainly, both those backs were pivotal points in terms of trying to get them as many touches as possible. We knew that going into the game. In order for us to be the best that we can be offensively, we had to get them touches. And so, those guys are great players. And whether it's in the run game or the pass game, you got to get them involved.
Hey, Matt, do you have any idea if Bobby, if that's a long-term thing or just me?
Yeah, I don't want to speak too much on that right now. I'm sick for Bobby. He means so much to this team, and it's so cool. And I just told him to watch a guy when you first get here and see the amount of progress that he's made as a player, and just the work that he puts in on a daily basis. It's really cool when you see that progress and you see a guy reach their potential. And I still think there's more out there for him. But, as far as whether that's long term, I don't know. But I am sick for him. I'm sick for us. My heart goes out to him.